Welcome to Off the Record, talking real estate with Joe and Makayla. If you're interested in the Portland, Oregon real estate market and want the unvarnished inside scoop, you've come to the right place. Thanks for giving us a listen. Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the show. You are here with Makayla Mast and Joe Reitzug, and this is Off the Record. We're talking real estate here in Portland metro area. Hi, Makayla.
Hi, Joe. That was a lovely intro. Really bringing the energy today. Thank you. One of us needs to.
That's all I got right there. First 10 seconds, and now I'm just, yeah.
Joe saw a movie on a Thursday night at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
A very long movie.
I'm going to date this episode and
That's okay.
tell people it was The Odyssey. Fantastic movie, people. Go ahead and see it. It's super intense, but I weaseled in on my kids going to the movie and bought a ticket with them without asking what time the movie was. And yes, it was at 10 p.m.
I'm just impressed you went still. I probably wouldn't have, so kudos.
Yeah, no, I went. I wanted to see it, but it's a 3-hour movie.
It's a long movie.
And they don't start at 10. It's like, 20 minutes of...
Oh, the commercials are crazy. I mean, beyond
the commercials are pretty cool. They were pretty cool. There's some cool movies coming out. But anyways, yes, I did that, and it was fun.
Good. And your hair, you still made it.
I still made it.
And I'm impressed with your energy. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to say I'm my best right now. And my eyes are burning a little bit because I am tired. It's so funny. When you get older, Makayla, no matter how late you stay up, your body is like, boom, okay, time to wake up. 6:30 this morning.
Nice.
Time to get up. I know you've only gotten 4 hours of sleep, but let's go.
This is when our clock starts.
Yeah.
Good fun.
But you're getting ready to have a baby, so
yeah,
you're going to dive right into that deep end of the pool.
I sure am. As ready as I'll ever be. That being said, we'll keep this hopefully short and punchy for you, considering our energy levels. But I am excited about this topic. We're going to talk about if an ADU can really pay your mortgage. We get lots of questions about ADUs. We've seen them more and more around the Portland metro area since COVID became a very popular thing to build during COVID. So now we see a lot of churn with those listings and people using the ADUs in different ways. So we thought it'd be fun to talk about it today.
Yeah, and we're also going to get you some good information of how big of an ADU you can build, what kind of zoning works for that. A lot of really cool information. I love ADUs, There are some that are so extremely well done too. It's just like having a little apartment suite in your backyard or something like that.
It's so cool. Yeah. It adds so much value to the house for sure, which we'll talk about. But before we dive into it, we have to start with our off the record moment, which usually ends up being something that we're a bug, as we say, or a gripe. It can be real estate or not real estate related, or it's our chance to get it out.
Just get it off your chest. So I was out at the beach last weekend. You know me, I love the beach. And I've got something just gnawing at me. When did the price of fish and chips go to $32?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, that's insane.
Well, it was $26, but this restaurant had a 20% mandatory tip. So essentially it's $32.
Okay, this isn't the place that we know and love, is it? Okay.
No, different.
I was going to say, that is outrageous.
But yeah, so my bug is not only the price of stuff, and it's not just at the beach. I was out to dinner 2 nights ago. Holy smokes.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. But the mandatory tips. Now, I worked in the service industry out of college. I was a short order cook, and we got a portion of the tips. I don't, tips, love them. You do a good job. Yeah, absolutely love to tip and provide that for people. But as a mandatory piece of your dining experience, I'm not down with that. You know who's really not down with that?
Fair. Who?
My wife.
Oh, I get it. I mean, I'm not.
The accountant is not having it.
I don't blame her whatsoever.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this because some of the sushi restaurants we love, they have you order on a tablet now. And so literally all the server does is bring you your food.
I know.
And we're like, is that fair?
Right.
I don't think so. That's my
The drive-through at Starbucks, which I hit on the way over here. I'm
kills
usually
me.
like, yeah, here's a buck. Here's a buck.
Yeah.
Today it took forever. And the guy put the thing out and I was like, no,
Yeah. Well,
no tip.
when your coffee's already, I mean, this is a me problem, but when my coffee's already like $5.50,
Right.
like, good Lord.
My breakfast sando was $5.50.
Spendy.
So that is my bug.
That's a fair bug.
I'm going to let it go now, though. I'm letting it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's why we do this podcast, is
Yeah,
to just get
exactly.
it out. It's really self-serving of us, but
Do you have a bug?
I do have a bug. It's about clients ghosting real estate brokers.
Ooh.
It's terrible. Luckily, this didn't happen directly to me, but it was a listing that we just made live. Someone had booked a showing, and, you know, for a seller, a showing is a big deal, you know? I mean, thankfully the seller wasn't living in the home, but most of the time people are cleaning up, you know,
Yeah.
busting it out of the house, making sure it looks great. And the client ghosted their broker at the show, like with 1 minute notice, like 1 minute before they were supposed to be there.
Jeez.
And I'd be so mad as a buyer's agent. And that has happened to me before, and it probably will again.
Yeah.
But it's just so nasty. Like, come on, you know before 1 minute
I know.
that you're not going to make it.
Things happen, but
They do, but it's just disappointing when some people don't respect our time. They just think we're driving around all weekend, all the time to show property.
and it's not just brokers. I think respecting anyone's time,
Totally, yeah.
you know. So I'm with you on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Feel better? Feel better?
I do. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Let's talk a little ADU, which for those of you that are not into the lingo, it's accessory dwelling unit. ADU is a self-contained residential home located on the same lot as a primary residence.
Yes, it is. And there's a few features that it must include for it to be considered independent living. And that includes a kitchen, bathroom, a sleeping area, living space, and a separate entrance or private access.
Yeah. And the kitchen can be like a little kitchenette. You don't,
Totally.
you know, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. But the common examples are detached backyard cottage.
My favorite.
That is my favorite too. The garage conversion, which we've seen a couple of those lately. Basement apartment. I had a place over in North Portland that was so awesome. And it had a basement apartment that was the cutest thing ever.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love those. But also, in addition, connected to the main home and the above garage apartment, which
those are nice too.
those are nice. And yeah, we've got a property right now out past Banks that I think would be a fantastic above the detached garage.
Oh, it
ADU,
would. Yeah,
right?
that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its own electric and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. We have someone out here, out there this morning looking to do that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, my direct next door neighbors have, and my neighborhood was built in the 70s and 80s, and they have a daylight basement, and they turned the basement into a kitchen. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath kitchen. It's probably like 1,200 square feet.
Really?
And they Airbnb it like crazy. You know, people use ADUs for different purposes, of course. A lot of times it's multi-generational living, but these folks use it for Airbnb, and I'm surprised at how many full families stay there for like extended periods of time.
Yeah.
You know, things happen, and
you know,
people need places to stay.
my neighbor in my neighborhood right next door, she has a exterior entrance to the previous owner, my buddy that owned it. It was a big office.
Okay.
But it has a closet and a bathroom off of it.
Jeez.
And she just put in a door and now rents that out. And so like there's random cars in my neighborhood,
I know.
which is kind of weird.
I don't love it, but it's good for them.
Yeah, it's good for them. So
wait, so the house to the right or left of you? I'm just curious.
as you're looking at my house to the right.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's zoned for that.
Yeah, I was gonna
But,
because this neighborhood there's no HOA, but yours is a pretty intense HOA.
Yeah, they're diligent. I don't know. We don't care.
Yeah.
She's nice about it, and we've never had any problems with anyone staying there.
Yeah, let her get her little.
Other than someone like parking in front of our house, where like it's supposed to be 2 spots. Mm-hmm. And this is a separate bug. When it's supposed to be 2 spots and someone parks right in the middle, so they take both parking spots on the street.
Oh, rude.
I know.
That's awful. especially in your neighborhood. And you guys have a lot of drivers in your household.
We do.
Frustrating.
So why are ADUs so popular?
Well, they serve a lot of different purposes, right? Like we were saying, they can offset your monthly mortgage if you want to try and get some income out of it. They can help house, family members, maybe aging parents. They can give adult children an affordable place to live. That one is very popular right now. Provide guest accommodations. Maybe you have family, friends that come into town for extended periods of time. Increases the resale appeal for sure. And it can also create a long-term rental income.
I love all of those reasons, but the resale appeal, people ask us sometimes, what do you think about an ADU? There's no downside to an ADU. If you can build an ADU, build an ADU.
Yeah.
There's zero downside to that.
And I feel like it used to be called a guest house, right? And it's attached. I guess you can more easily call it that. But that sounds fancier than an ADU. So just call it a guest house. And then that really amps things up, I think. Right. Okay, so we'll talk about some rules you should know for the Portland metro-ish area. Of course, every little city and jurisdiction is still going to have its own rules, so check into that, especially if you live out of state. But in general, this should mostly be true for Portland Metro. But one of the biggest misconceptions is that every backyard can accommodate an ADU.
They cannot.
Yes. So only certain residential zoning allows for ADUs. Do you want to list them out?
Sure. RF, R20, R10, R7, R5, and R2.5. And I rattled those off quick. If you want to know what your zoning is, just shoot us an email, give us a call, whatever. We're more than happy to pull that up. For most homeowners, though, I feel like how would they find out their zoning?
Right.
I mean, maybe go to portlandmaps.com if you're in Multnomah County. Or in the city of Portland. Outside of that, there's not really a lot of easy ways to find out what your zoning is.
No, there isn't.
Other than calling a seasoned professional like Makayla Mast.
Or Joe Reitzug, and we'll get that right over to you.
Yeah, we will. So the minimum lot size depends on the zoning designation. And for one house with one ADU, here are the minimum lot sizes. So R20, you need to have a 10,000 square foot lot. R10, you can have as small as a 5,000 square foot lot. And then it keeps going down. R7, 3,500 square feet. R5, 2,500. And R2.5, 1,500 square foot lot. Are you kidding me?
I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't either.
You'd have to have like a 800 square foot house.
But that's what Portland.gov says.
Yes.
And we know Portland.gov is never wrong.
Ever. Interesting. So the size limitations then come in from that, of course. So an ADU can only be 75% of the primary home's living area, which Joe and I discovered as we were researching this. So if you have a home that's 1,000 square feet, you can only build an ADU that's 750 square feet, which is still a big structure. And then if you have a home that's 2,500 square feet, you can build up to 800 square feet.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Which is kind of cool. You can do a lot of really cool things with 800 square feet too.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Loft situation. So basement ADUs and qualifying older homes have some exceptions. So obviously
all of this has some exceptions.
Right. Like if we're talking about my neighbors next door, they have a daylight basement. That structure's already there. They're not going to make you do anything crazy.
Right.
This is more for something that you would build on your lot.
Yeah. And then the next question is, where can you put this ADU? Well, if you're a detached ADU, you can be behind the rear wall of the primary home or at least 40 feet back from the front property line, which, doable for most properties. Be no taller than 20 feet outside required setbacks, 15 feet within required setbacks, some required setbacks. So you have to meet the applicable side and rear setback standards for the property zoning.
Right. They pretty much just don't want you building right on the property line or within a couple feet of the property line. Yeah. Because then that affects neighbors.
Yeah. Another bonus is you don't have to add any additional parking.
Interesting. Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me a little bit.
That is surprising.
Yeah. So hit us with the numbers. What are we looking at?
We ran the numbers. So if you purchase a home for $750,000, 20% down, that's $150,000. Your estimated mortgage, taxes, and insurance are going to be between $4,200 and $4,600 a month. So we'll imagine that the property includes a detached 1-bedroom ADU. Current Portland Metro rental ranges are roughly the following. So for a studio ADU, meaning like between 300 and 450 square feet, which is pretty tiny. You can get approximately $1,200 to $1,600 a month for that.
Love it.
For a 1-bedroom ADU, a little bit bigger in size, you're looking at $1,600 to $2,000 a month. And then a bigger 2-bedroom ADU, up to that 800 square foot mark, you can potentially get up to $2,500 a month in rent, which is
fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And obviously those numbers depend on the neighborhood, the finishes in there, the parking, all that type of stuff. A good rule of thumb is you can go to Airbnb or, all of the short-term rental sites and kind of see what they're charging on a daily basis. And then also go to some of the rental sites and just look at some of the smaller units that are renting month to month and kind of see for your area.
Yes, that's what I usually do when I'm researching for clients who are considering this, because the market changes quickly, just like the general real estate resale market. So.
Yeah, so if you've got a payment of $4,400 a month and your ADU is pulling in $1,800, you're looking at $2,600 a month for your payment.
That certainly helps.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, that's amazing.
It is amazing. And that is super helpful for anyone and everyone. So you got to factor in the cost of building it or doing the remodel on the area that you're, looking at or whatever the case might be, obviously. But there's actually some finance programs that will help you with that.
There are, yes. And we will try to include those in the show notes.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So should we talk about buying a home that already has an ADU versus building one?
Sure.
Those options. Okay. So like we kind of said, purchasing a home that already has an ADU has become increasingly popular. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
right? For all the
absolutely.
reasons we've listed, it's a straightforward process going forward. You don't have to, maybe you have to do some deferred maintenance or keep things up. But other than that, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's a personal preference, of course. Like if you aren't comfortable with having renters on your property and that's not something you're interested in, then maybe that's not the route for you. But
yeah, if you're specifically looking for an ADU on a property you're buying, always just make sure that if it is income producing, take a look at the numbers, not for the last 3 months, but go back as far as you can, 6, 12, 18, 24 months. And then also permitting, right? I think you want to make sure that everything is permitted for the uses that you want to have.
Definitely.
So
good point.
City of Portland, Washington County, Clackamas County, all have, like for Washington County, it's land use and planning or whoever out there. But on their website, you can find who you need to talk to. And most of these places are really helpful. Most of the counties are really helpful as far as answering questions about what you can and cannot do or how to get it done or what the process looks like, that type of thing.
Right. With our housing shortage, they definitely encourage it. They want to make it easy. So the next question becomes, should you build an ADU? So if you already have the home, the right lot, the financial resources, and long-term plans to stay in the property, it can be a worthwhile investment for sure. Like we said, it increases property value. It can provide you some rental income or maybe make things more comfortable for family members and beyond. But, that requires some time and resources, like we said. But, if it's something you're interested in, we could definitely connect you with a general contractor who could get that process started for you.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, I don't think there is a downside. Can you think of a downside?
No, not really.
I mean, with the flexibility that you have with something like that, you have guests over, you have, you're into art or hobbies or whatever. I mean, it's always great to just have that flex space.
Totally.
And having it outside the home, I think is awesome.
I agree.
But also the in-house stuff where like if you have a basement with an exterior access and you can kind of do it that way, it's just a really cool thing.
It is. I think building probably feels more overwhelming to people who maybe haven't done anything like that before. Spearheading a project like that can feel like a lot, and it is. But you just start by getting quotes from contractors. A lot is going to depend on where your plumbing and electrical sits on the property, but it doesn't cost a lot, if anything, to just start asking questions.
Yeah. So right now, Mac did the numbers, and there are 110 active listings across the Portland metro area that include an ADU.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I did a huge range, like the bigger Portland metro area from Banks all the way to Estacada to North Portland and then pretty far south. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is super interesting. We're going to include the link in our show notes. So if you go to liveportland.com, livportland.com, and click on our podcast and choose this episode, in the notes, we'll have a link if you want to go look at what some of these look like, which is kind of cool. It's really cool.
It's fun to look at. And the price points were all over the place, which is what I found exciting as well. There were some listings at $450 that had ADU options. So it was nice to see.
So before we sign off on this, what are some of the biggest misconceptions on this?
Sure. That every property can have an ADU. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
That an ADU will always pay your entire mortgage.
It will not.
That you can build one without permits. Oof.
You should not.
We don't want that. And that they're only useful as rental units.
Not true.
Yeah, not true at all.
Yeah.
So those are the biggest misconceptions. But we also have a little lightning round, which I haven't read these questions yet, and I know you haven't either. But our producer, Rika, saw that we were doing this episode. I sent her the outline, and she said, "Ooh, I think a lightning round would be fun." And she sent us these questions. So
are you reading them and I'm lightning? You're
I'm going to be
thunder?
reading it in real time, so it'll feel like
both of us.
Yeah, it'll feel like
Got
both.
it.
But you
Check.
can go first. Okay. Lightning round. If you had $250,000 today, just an extra $250 to spare.
I'll take it. Yes, the answer is yes, I'll take it.
Would you build an ADU or invest the money somewhere else?
Well, I mean, obviously it depends on your place in life, your financial situation, and, what your property looks like.
Sorry.
Finn is all about the $250K.
Dog is really excited about the cash influx we're talking about.
Yeah, I would definitely build an ADU if I had $250K to play with.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. And that could be part of a home equity line of credit or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah,
the house that we bought, it has an opportunity to become a daylight basement. Are you kidding? I'm like itching to get started down there. So that would be lovely.
Perfect.
Okay. What is the coolest or most creative ADU you've ever seen?
I saw a place, it's been years now, but I saw one that was in a tree, like a tree house.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Like a full-on
That's so
livable tree house. It was crazy.
Amazing.
Do you ever see that show, the Treehouse Guy show on?
No.
Yeah, there's a show where this guy goes around building just really, really cool tree houses. And
cool.
He's from Washington, I think.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I saw an ADU that had this spiral wooden staircase up to it that was gorgeous. And it was out in Hood River and had a view of the house had an amazing view. And they started it as a kid's playhouse. And then they were like, wait a second. This could be really cool.
Yeah.
And then they just went nuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that was the coolest one I've seen.
That's cool. I saw a really cool one probably 6 or 7 months ago in South Portland, that like Carruthers area. And it was a gorgeous kind of treehouse-ish remodeled house by a local architect. He did a fabulous job. And you walked out the back and it's this insane deck surrounded by trees. And then it was like this little hidden door to the ADU. And
cool.
you would have, from the front part of the property, you'd never know that there was that big of a structure behind the house. But it was cool because, of course, it had its separate entrance, but the deck was shared with the main house. So it was very livable and comfortable. It was just beautiful.
One other one, we stayed in McMinnville for this really cool event. And there were 8 little houses on this lot in McMinnville. And they had like a fire pit in the middle and chairs and lights strung around the whole thing. And all the people at this really cool event we were at rented this whole place out.
That's
and
so fun.
it was, little studios, basically. It wasn't even a bedroom. It was a studio with a little kitchenette and a decent bathroom. It was so cool.
That'd be so fun to stay in with just you and your partner. That's fun. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Oh, this is funny. What type of homeowner do you think should not build an ADU?
Wow.
Someone who doesn't take care of their house to begin with? Is that terrible to say?
Yes, that's terrible, Mac. Come on. Everyone takes pristine care of their properties. You know that. I would say the only situation I could think of was if you built it and then did nothing with it. Like if it wasn't any use to anyone in your house and you just sank,
Whatever
100
amount of
grand,
money,
200
yeah.
grand, 300 grand, how much ever it cost, and then didn't, just used it for storage or something.
Yeah, that would be
That'd be a
disappointing.
waste.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that's coming to mind is if you're trying to become like a DIY contractor for the first time, maybe just don't.
Maybe don't. Yeah.
Maybe start with like a shed.
Yeah.
And then if you do really great at that, then work on building an ADU.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's funny. Okay, we'll do one more. How's that? If you had to choose, would you rather have an ADU or an extra bedroom in the main house?
ADU or extra bedroom in the house. I am 100% going ADU.
Me too.
Because we have people stay with us, family, friends. I've got a friend coming up from Arizona in a couple of weeks and he's going to stay with us. But if we had a little ADU, how nice would that be?
It's just nice for everybody.
For them and us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, here you go. Have fun. And, have the little refrigerator and their own little private space.
Yeah. Oh, that's... I think I've convinced myself.
Yeah.
Or you've convinced me.
We sold a property last year that was phenomenal. And it had 9 ADUs on it. It was 70 plus acres.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was 70 plus acres and had 8 or 9 ADUs that were short-term rentals. And it was awesome.
It was the coolest property we've ever sold.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Okay, well, that's ADUs, folks. And we hope that you've got a little nugget or two of information from that. Yes. And, be sure to go to the website, liveportland.com, and check out the show notes. We'll have all this information there and then the link. And then also, what else was I going to say about ADUs? Oh, this is one of those things where consulting a real estate professional can help, really help more than usual, just because placement, ideas, what we've seen, zoning, all that type of stuff, we're more than happy to help. So reach out to Makayla Mast or myself if you have any questions. But before we sign off for the day, we have what we're loving.
Yes, something we're loving.
Yes.
Do you remember what yours is? Because mine is escaping.
You're blanking right now. What I'm loving right now, I'm an all-year barbecue guy, but I've been deep over the last week or so I'm working my Traeger to the tail, to the bone. It's just, this thing is nonstop. Nice. I've gone through like 3 bags of pellets.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pellets.
I did a 8-hour cook yesterday with burnt ends.
Oh my gosh. How did those turn out?
Do you like burnt ends?
I do.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Oh, yum.
8 hours at 225 and they were crispy on the outside and just flavorful and flaky on the inside.
Yum.
Yeah.
For the listener, Joe is the best cook, but he's really good on the barbecue Traeger. So I'm starving now. So I can only imagine
am just a hungry guy. So yeah.
Everyone in his house eats extremely well. Even the dogs.
Even the dogs.
That's
homemade
impressive.
dog food.
I don't know how you do it.
We'll do a whole show on homemade dog food at some point.
We should. I think the people would be interested.
Would they? I'm not sure. Anyways, that's what I'm loving. I am loving, it's always barbecue season, but this is the barbecue season. After 4th of July in August, just fire it up.
Oh, yeah. I hate turning on the stove in the summertime.
Oh, and the other one, got really, really nice ground beef and then did smoked burgers.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, $2.20 for an hour or so, I think. They're big burgers, but oh my gosh. Smoked burgers are the way to go, Mac.
I might be inviting myself over.
Anytime. You know that. You and your husband, always welcome.
So nice of you guys. I'm loving our 2 new listings that went on the market within the last 2 days because we had this great opportunity, and the sellers did too, obviously, to really take their time with their listing prep. I just think that both homes present really beautifully and the photos turned out really well, and it was a seamless launch, as you call it, because both sellers just really took their time and have really paid attention to every little detail, and I think it's paid off. I just love when that happens. It seems like a lot of times we get sellers who have to list the property in a week, and it's like you just don't always feel super prepared.
Yeah, you can't do everything in a week.
Right. So I'm loving that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. Well, Makayla, it's always such a pleasure seeing you and being on the show with you. And we're going to lose you here pretty soon for a stretch. So folks, get ready. There's going to be a slightly new format where
we're not even sure what it's going to look like.
I'm thinking me and interviewing some people.
Okay. I love that. Yeah.
Because it can't just be the old guy here yapping his gums.
It could be. I think people would love that.
We'll figure it out. But join in and you'll find out. So,
yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye, Makayla.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today. If you're interested in finding out more about Joe, myself, or the Live Portland team, you can go to liveportland.com. Thanks for giving us a listen, and see you next time on the Off the Record podcast.